PS4.
I mean, back in the day,
no, it sounds like it belongs on the PS1.
Hey,
yeah.
Back in the day, PC game boxes were obnoxiously huge.
Yes.
And the art would therefore be obnoxiously huge. And
love
that's why my favorite version of Metal Gear Solid is the PC one. Because I got that giant
It's also
box
why I
for it.
marked out at some convention where someone gave us, remember, the PC version of Street Fighter 2?
Yes.
Huge black
Huge box.
With a huge art of Blanca.
It's the equivalent of a vinyl, right?
Awesome. Yeah,
Where you just get a nice piece of art with it.
Cut that shit
My
out.
favorite era of the PC buying experience was, God, what year was this? 2000 and it was 1999. It was. I remember my favorite box shape. The one that I bought was the Warcraft 3 expansion because it was the size of a large book, but it wasn't the giant magazine.
I know the size.
box.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it wasn't a fucking jewel case.
The Blizzard size.
Yeah, was that just Blizzard?
It's the one I recognize. I identify with them because all their games were that size.
It was about 6 to 8 inches tall, and it had the book in it, and then you would open up the front, and it would be like hard good cardboard stock. And it would be glossy on the inside.
Motherfucker, you want to talk about formats? The fucking box for Mech Warrior 2 back in the day? Mech Warrior with the fucking... I don't think
I've ever seen it.
The Mad Cat on the cover, and then you had the bumps, because it was like not only good cardstock, but it had the imprint of the Mad Cat mech with the fire in the background. It was... And you opened that shit up, and it was smooth.
It's all digital now. You kids don't know.
And it had this shiny font on it, and then when they came out with Ghost Bear's Legacy, they continued the same sort of trend as well.
It sucks because the closest you can get is if there's a big release, it's like, get this red, ugly Spider-Man PS4. No!
Also, I already have a PS4.
Yeah, if I want Spider-Man, that's for people that obviously don't have a PS4, but like...
And just go, Spider-Man!
If I play it digitally, paint my CD red, I don't know, like Maximum Carnage.
Maximum Carnage is red. I still remember the Max Carnage case to this day because it had that big, ugly red cartridge.
I mean, it was ugly like Doom also had a red cartridge. So that's ugly.
The MechWarrior 2 box had,
I remember this art.
Yeah, so like the Mad Cat on the cover was like embossed. Right?
Yeah.
You could feel it, and then like it's straight, and it had like the gloss on it and stuff like that, and then it was straight up like was like a booklet that you would open out and see the inside cover as well.
And this is what, like 92?
Oh God.
Let's say it's 92.
Ancient.
I like how the fucking fire explosion in the background looks like the dumb cheese explosions from Mighty Number 9.
Oh, yeah. That's MechWarrior 2's box is classic. And then they did the same thing for, the expansion pack and then Mercenaries as well. They just continued the trend.
That's cool, because it's all
quality boxes, y'all. That's what PC games were back in the day. And it was huge. It was obnoxiously
You were paying a premium price on premium hardware, but you felt like you got a premium thing when you picked it up off the fucking shelf.
Yeah, just don't worry about what happens when you open the box and pull a little sleeve out, you know?
And super don't worry about when you get it home, and despite the fact you meet the recommended specs, you don't have some obscure Microsoft driver that never got released over the internet, just so the game doesn't work. So it just doesn't work.
I remember when Sons of Liberty came out as well, there was two versions they sold. There was the CD version and the DVD version. And like, if you picked up the CD version, you got, I think, like 8 CDs of installing to do. Because you know how or like Alone in the Dark on floppy disk, it's like disc 1 of 27.
I remember
back in the day, it's like
I remember talking to a friend of mine who laughed at me because I got the CD version of World of Warcraft, so it took all day to install.
Yeah.
And they had the DVD version of World of Warcraft, and they were in there.
I don't know how late the floppy game went, but they were putting out boxes with, again, above 25 to 30 floppies to fucking install one after the other.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
To get your, not even Alone in the Dark, but like, your fucking Phantasmagoria on.
Yeah, no, an FMV game, it would be like... no, an FMV game couldn't even go on a fucking floppy disk.
Or maybe it was...
A bunch of CDs, though.
Gabriel Knight. It was something along those lines. Something along those lines where I'm thinking of just like obnoxious amount of discs. And it's just, that's all day. You're not doing anything else this afternoon. Fuck you. You're sitting and installing discs. And if you walk away, you're going to come back to waiting for the next disc. So it's just going to take longer.
I think they're going to bring back Gabriel Knight, but then it's Kickstarter or whatever. Like, fucking failed, I think. Let me check.
No.
Gabriel Knight's cool.
And the only other thing to note is that I finally, because the second season's coming quite soon, I finally got around to watching that 4-episode Castlevania series.